We're doing a full reaction to mother kills her son, stuffs body in suitcase. That's some fucked up shit, bro. We gonna watch this fully. 33 minutes. We might not do no full shit. Fuck.
So he said he was going to his friend's house to play video games.
He left at 3:30.
I don't know the exact time.
This woman is in the midst of lying to police.
Letitia's
Hours ago,
off?
she brutally murdered her son Gannon, hid his body in the basement, and called 911 to report him missing.
What type of shit is that, bro? Like, that ass.
No
Why would you
idea
do
what
that?
they walked into, and they will quickly find themselves.
You gonna kill that nigga
entangled
and
in
then
this
call the
killer's
police on your
twisted
fucking self?
lies.
Is there anybody down here?
No.
No.
So then when I get downstairs, he had one of the guns. And I was terrified. He asked me to give him a suitcase.
Is Gannon in a dumpster?
No.
Bro, you know how dumb the police would have to be to believe some
But
stupid shit
this
like that?
was just
Hold
the
up. So your son had a gun, then he asked you for a suitcase? And he's dead, by the way. He's dead, by the way. He killed himself inside the suitcase, right? Okay.
beginning of her lies.
Why would I hurt our child?
I don't know, bitch. Why did you do
in
it?
the world. Have no motive.
So tell me where he is and let me help you.
I don't know where he is. All I can tell you is I did not hurt him.
In the early hours of January 27th, Letitia texts her supervisors at Widefield School District 3 stating that she cannot come to work. Allegedly, her
What?
step
Someone hit him with a car while he was walking. That's a crazy lie to make up to your fucking manager, bro. Yeah, I can't come in. Somebody hit my fucking stepfather with a car, bro. Like, come on.
father was killed in a hit and run, and she has to tend to his passing. Nearly 6 hours later, at 9:56 a.m., Letitia sends another text to her employers. This time, she states that Gannon is sick and she needs to stay home. However, just 20 minutes later, at 10:16 a.m., a neighbor's surveillance camera captures Letitia and Gannon entering their red Nissan Frontier and driving away.
Okay.
During this time, Letitia would visit a Petco on Nevada Avenue instead of visiting a
I need to
doctor
go to
to
fucking
treat her
Petco,
allegedly
low-key.
sick son. By 2 p.m., both Gannon and Letitia returned home, but something was off. Not only did Letitia purchase cleaning supplies moments after their return, but backed all the way into her driveway. According to family and friends, Letitia never backed up all the way into the driveway. But for now, only one credible conclusion can be made. The only person last in contact with Gannon was his own stepmother. And
Bro, that's
oddly
so
enough,
fucked.
she would report him to be missing 5 hours later at 7 p.m.
My son was supposed to be home at 6 o'clock, and it's almost 7. And we went to, like, all his friends' house. He said he was going to be at his friend's house, and they said he wasn't there, and the other one said he never came there. So I don't know any other people to call and ask, and I talked to my
Bro,
husband.
like listening to this shit is pissing me off because like you're really sick enough to sit here and lie like that. Like what are we talking about? You really sat here, killed that little boy, and sitting here lying about it, bro. Trying to make up a real life story like anybody's about to believe this shit. Once they investigate you, you done, bro. You done.
I had to call you guys.
There's nothing else you can do.
Because I don't know anyone else here that he could be. He's only 11.
With this call,
11,
officers
you
rushed to Letitia.
Killed that 11-year-old boy and want to lie and say he was lost out by his friends and shit. Like, motherfuckers really have sick ass minds, bro. Like, motherfuckers really be lost as hell in this shit.
Home in an attempt to gather as much information as possible, because every single second, Gannon's trail gets colder.
Did he take his bike?
No.
Okay, because somebody saw a little kid on a bike. They posted it, but I didn't know if he brought it.
Well, he didn't, unless he took it sooner and brought it back because Lena ends up getting the bike.
What color's the bike?
Dinner.
Blue
And he never
and black.
They thought he was at his
Black
friend's
with
house. He was like,
Yeah. There's one picture someone sent he was on.
Okay.
And he was taking the switch.
For someone who just realized their son is missing, Letitia is strangely calm. Not
she
only
don't-
that,
she don't give a
states
fuck,
with
bro.
her initial alibi that Gannon was visiting her friend, which is clearly a lie as Gannon never left the home after his return. Undoubtedly, something is very wrong here. But for these officers, Letitia is nothing more than a concerned mother as they continue to search her home.
Okay, because you weren't in here in the beginning, right? I didn't know if I had that box cutter and all that stuff in there because I told him about he dropped a candle last night.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I must have picked it up. I was just making sure. I didn't want you to be like, oh, just a box cutters. But yeah, I had to cut this. And I told them I wasn't even going to tell Dad. And I was going to figure out a way to put this in there from the situation. But
At least you got a carpet. Yeah,
right. I just took it and like covered up with the carpet and stuff like that. But
Does he have any friends around here?
there is a. Let me look on this thing. He did have this one like book thing.
That's where you're supposed to be at down the road.
But they checked that already?
They went over there and talked to him, and they're like, no, we hadn't seen him at all.
Oh, okay.
He did have this like
And you talked to parents, right? You didn't talk to...
Yeah, Connor's mom came over, who is a friend he hangs out with all the time. So they come over. The people here, the friends, they were just the ones that were at the door with the bike.
Okay.
They came over. A bunch of people came over.
Keep in mind that officers have not yet completed their
Everybody
house
trying to
search.
see what's
They've
going
only
on.
gone through
Everybody
the
trying to
home
figure out what's wrong,
superficially.
and you killed the
Yet,
fucking kid.
oddly,
That's fucked,
Letitia
bro.
is trying her best to keep them restrained
so
to
fucked up.
2 sections of the house. The living room, where there is a burnt piece of carpet, and Gannon's room. This strange behavior would only worsen as Letitia is committed to keeping the officers where they are.
He forgets to like bring this or bring that or bring this or bring that. You know?
Still kid.
Yeah.
So no clothes are missing or nothing?
No, we actually lay out all the clothes all the time. Like for, like every day at school, we lay out clothes. We do whatever.
Is his jacket gone?
He had on he has several jackets. Like it depends on. I'm very like fashion, so like it just depends on the jacket.
Bitch, we don't care if you fashion or not. Bitch, your son gone. What the fuck is you talking about right now? You see, like, that's the shit I be talking about. Motherfuckers be dumb and they be worried about the wrong fucking shit, bro. Your son is gone. What are you talking about? What? Oh no, I'm very fashion. I like to keep it, Saint Laurent and Gucci, bitch. Bitch, we don't care. What the fuck?
It's like he might have this black one with this, or there's a blue one with this.
You see what the fuck I'm saying? There's a blue one with this. Bitch, we don't care. Where's this kid, bro? You dumb. The fuck?
A jacket.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Silver jackets. Like you see the kid has, like tons and tons of clothes, and he just,
Okay.
he has all that stuff. So.
There was a weird text that Dad got about something about
90
bath
pounds,
salts. And hey, if you
And then I
if
sent
I
you that
can get some
picture
bath
that-
salts, do we have any bath salts?
Yeah,
And my friend will let me play Sonic or something at their house.
He sent that to his dad.
Yeah,
I got it.
And then Mom goes through everything, finds this part.
She's
What
just
if
looking
you
the
were prepared
police
for all
phone.
those interview curveballs?
Bitch, you can't do that. I would hit the hood up. Bitch, get back.
This is the exact moment that officers realized that Letitia was hiding something from them. It's strange that she randomly closes the door here as if there was something in
Yeah,
the
most
basement
her
that she
back
didn't
kinda
want
hard.
the cops to see. And her behavior, words, and strategies to deflect the cops from certain areas of the house did not go unnoticed. Consequently, her devices were subjected to a forensic analysis where officers would come across a disturbing video recorded on Sunday, January 26th, a day before Gannon supposedly went missing.
Gannon, I promise this is the last time I'm going to ask you. I'm just freaked out, okay? Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose?
He did it.
Okay, you promise. He promised.
On purpose.
Pinky promise.
Pinky.
Okay, alright, so, listen, we're gonna have to sell stuff to fix it. So, we figure out what we gotta sell. We can sell the sofa, because we gotta get it fixed, so lady, don't be mad at us and kick us out of the house. Okay?
This video was recorded by Letitia when Gannon supposedly dropped a candle on the carpet, leaving a burn mark. What the video doesn't show is that Gannon sustained burn injuries on his arms from the candle, and rather than treating his burns, Letitia is heard scolding him instead. Additionally, during the phone analysis, officers discovered a phone call that Letitia had made to her husband, Albert Stouch, informing him of the—
I feel like you gotta treat that burn, but you gotta whoop some ass too. I mean, you could have set the fucking house on fire, my nigga. Like,
He told me it was just his arm.
Gotta play both.
I didn't see anything that would have thrown a flag that I had to be like, oh my god, emergency or anything like that.
I guess it was a pretty bad burn.
Bubbling, that's not an emergency?
Or no bubbling.
It had broke skin, like it was just underneath. In my mind, I'm like, let's evaluate the situation tomorrow and see or whatever. It wasn't burn mark, it was bubbly. I didn't see it as a bad thing. I just knew he was like, it's not hurting. We put aloe on it, and I assumed, okay.
As heartbreaking as this call is, the burns described are likely second degree because of both—
Is this bitch stupid? Like I'm getting angry, bro. Excuse me. Is she dumb? What do you mean you second degree burns? It's bubbling on his fucking skin. You don't think that's cause for concern? Bubbling skin? My nigga. That's regular, that's normal shit.
The freezing feeling that Gannon described and the presence of blisters. Things aren't adding up, and the story so far paints a really bad light on Letitia. However, officers need to verify what really happened, as it was after this incident that Gannon disappeared. That's why on January 30th, 3 days after Gannon's disappearance, Letitia was called in for an interview so detectives could understand the circumstances surrounding the situation.
So Gannon had started a candle. Again, normal day. He's very responsible in terms of if you give him something and say do this, and this, like a list to prepare, he's fine. So we let him, do things like that. So I didn't see a problem with him, light a candle, whatever. And Lena asked me could she stay up and still watch the rest of her iPad or whatever. It was just her birthday, and I was trying to give her a little bit extra because we went all out for Gannon's birthday. Like, we took him to a Rockies game. We took friends with him.
It is already strange that Letitia is going on several tangents and prefacing this entire conversation with the loving relationship she had with her children, especially with her daughter, Harley Hunt, whom she would refer to as Lena, almost as if she wants to say that whatever happened with the candle was not intentional.
So it starts beeping. It's like a beep, 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 beep. And I thought that someone was coming in the house. I didn't see anything going on. Then it started saying fire, 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 fire. So there was smoke coming up through the basement. So then I ran back downstairs to get Gannon. And then the fire was on the floor over here, then on the sofa. So I'm pretending this is the sofa and this is our floor. So it was right here and right here. And I saw the candle that was over here. So there was covers everywhere because the kids always get on them about, they leave a lot of covers laying around all the time. I take a whole bunch of them and I go and like basically smash down on the sofa and the fire to put it out. So I got a burn.
Bro, I don't give a.
And then I was like, I think
This was odd. Second degree burns by just a knocked over candle, especially on both— Second degree burns by just a knocked over candle, especially on both arms, is unlikely, if not impossible. Gannon would have also had enough common sense to run away from flames. After all, it was a slow-moving fire caused by a candle. If this wasn't strange enough, Letitia begins to recount the injuries Gannon suffered, but this time they would be different from what she told Albert.
I was scared.
Y'all think she burnt the fucking child? Like, made him hold his hands right there or some dumb shit, bro? That'd be fucking
because
crazy.
My thought process was Albert is going to kill me. Because I made a mistake as a parent and forgot to really check him down. And he really got a little bit more burnt than he should have. So I was freaking out because it's like, he's going to kill me. And Gannon was like, it's okay. And there was blood. And he had on his arms. And as it was peeling,
bro, she's lying like fuck. She's lying like fuck. Don't hand that bitch no tissue. She's lying, bro.
I don't know enough about burns. But I should have called the hospital and just asked, like, I made a mistake.
To quote, Letitia just said more than he should have, and secondly, implied that Gannon was somehow bleeding because of burns, an apparent contradiction to what she told Albert. More importantly, this was a massive slip-up by Letitia, and detectives suspect that this fire wasn't a simple mistake. However, there is no way to confirm this situation as of now, but there is one conclusion that officers can make. Letitia is lying. When a suspect is guilty, they often make major changes to alibis as opposed to someone who is innocent and has little variation in their story. In Letitia's case, she changes major details about the candle incident, especially her response, which was recorded on her phone, which sets off a series of red flags for the detectives as they now believe that she might go as far as changing her original alibi about Gannon's disappearance too, and begin to question her about it. If this assumption turns out to be true, there is a high likelihood that Letitia is withholding even more crucial information.
He goes in through the garage. I go in. I'm getting ready to put up the things, stuff like that. As we got inside, I heard something, but I didn't think anything about it because I thought, you know, maybe Gannon was like doing something. Maybe we were like doing whatever. Mm-hmm. And the guy was in there, and I gave him the code.
The guy from the...
Yeah, it's all my fault because I gave him our code to fix the carpet.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have. And then when I walk downstairs, I hear something again. Well, at that point in time, Gannon was on the...
Bro, do you know how sick in the head do you really have to be? You know how sick in the head you really have to be to sit here and dead ass kill a kid and try and lie your way out to detectives like this, bro? Fake crime, just complete bullshit. She's just bullshitting, bro. That's like so sad to me, bro. It really is.
The sofa, and I saw him, and I heard something again, and I walked on around, and he was standing in there. He had on gloves.
In the storage closet?
Yes.
Okay.
He had one of the guns. Okay. And I was terrified.
Okay.
So terrified. And then he just knocked me down and like towards Gannon's room. And he was hitting on me. It was like hard, like on the ground. Okay. And he was trying to like break me.
Exactly as predicted, Letitia's alibi has changed from Gannon visiting a friend's house to...
She's actually crazy. She's actually crazy. She has to be like thrown off in the head. What are you talking about? At first, you said this man ran away or something. You think he ran away. You don't know where he's at. Now you're trying to say the handyman came in and killed the kid? Is that what she's about to say?
Having an intruder break into her home. But this would only be the start of her outrageous lies as, according to her, confrontation with this stranger escalates.
And I'm like pleading and like talking and like all these things going on. Mm-hmm. Like just back and forth with him. And why are you doing this? Why did you hurt us? Why are you doing these things? And then he was like on top of me again. And then I kind of lied out again because he just hit my head again. Oh, really? And then, yes. And then he was like, he asked me to give him a suitcase. And I gave him a brown suitcase. And then he hit me on the head again. And I like right here. He just kept like hitting me right there like that.
Okay.
And so then he did that, and then I blacked out again. I was having panic attacks. And then I don't know what happened from there. I really don't. I don't know. I just know that I did lie. I did. When they came, I did say, get a lift, whatever. But you know that. But, but he never did. He never left to go play. Or I just didn't know what to do, and I panicked at the moment.
Oh,
I didn't want
fuck no.
Albert to be like trying to hurt us.
Yeah, then she keep talking about fucking Albert, bro.
Yeah. And I just want you to know that's the only reason that I made up the lie.
The simple way to check whether she has been assaulted is using a sexual assault nurse examiner at a local hospital. These are registered nurses who receive special training to collect forensic evidence from assault survivors. Conveniently, Letitia rejected this examination when officers offered it to her. Not only that, but even CCTV footage confirms the fact that no one entered or left the Stout residence after Letitia and Gannon came home.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We got fucking footage, bitch. You lying. We have footage of this shit. I forgot we got the neighbor's fucking camera, man. Are we serious? Bro, are we serious with this shit? The investigation shouldn't even went on this long. Like, honestly, I would have looked at her dead in her face as the fucking detective. I would have looked her dead in her fucking face. You're lying. Where did you hide the little boy? You're lying. Because, like, what? We have video footage. Nobody walked in that house, bro. At all. Nobody.
Of any crimes. Fortunately, quite the opposite happened. Noticing these contradictions, police officers handed this case over to the FBI, who gathered CCTV footage from neighbors and came to a harrowing realization. The morning after Gannon's disappearance, Letitia rented a Kia Rio for 24 hours and left the house at approximately 8:30 a.m. on the 28th of January. When the car was returned the following day at 8 a.m. on the 29th of January, it had clocked in 955 miles in the span of one day. This could mean only one thing. Letitia had likely murdered Gannon after their return at 2 p.m. and on the morning of January 28th, left to dump his body. While this much is easy to figure out, the exact details surrounding the murder are still not known. This is why 1 month after Gannon's disappearance, on March 2nd, federal investigators called Letitia in for yet another interview to piece together this confusing puzzle of Gannon's disappearance and possibly his murder.
Because of the nature of the warrant, it being a murder warrant, we need to know the real story because you put out quite a few different stories.
About you.
Well, we heard a lot of the stories to Al.
To Albert?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I already knew someone was listening to him, but because of him not ever being supportive, and I tried originally to talk to him when he first got there, that was the only reason I said those things to him, was just because I was out of anger and out of hurt and not being able to have support. It was nothing to do with me saying those things to him was just being what is the word you want to call it? Selfish or facetious or whatever you want to call it. I did have originally initial different thoughts on certain things, and that was me trying to basically read him and try to figure the situations out. So I understand that you may have heard those or whatever you may have heard, and that's okay because that totally was not.
What Letitia is referring to hearing are rumors about the friction between her and Albert. Since he was a National Guard, Albert was rarely home and Letitia felt he gave little attention to her. This had resulted in instability in their relationship, which Letitia initially denies as being small apprehensions she felt about him. However, when the officer confronts her about odd searches on her phone, she goes into a state of absolute panic.
You know, in here I even have what you entered in your phone. The stuff that you've entered and deleted, blood is spurting from an arterial bleed, direct pressure not controlling.
What? I didn't look this up.
Bitch, yes you did. Come on.
Spurting from an arterial bleed.
No.
Somebody did from your phone.
Well, I don't even know what that means.
I don't like my
ain't gonna lie.
stepson.
No.
I don't like my stepson. Should I get a divorce?
Wow.
I'll stalk cheating. I'll stalk Instagram. I'll stalk cheating in Colorado Springs.
Why are you looking that up? Like what?
Out of sheets?
Mm-hmm. I want immunity.
Oh, the blood out of sheets was because we always.
But it's motherfuckers don't ever realize everything you do on this shit right here, bro, can be traced back. No matter how much you delete it, clear history, none of that shit matters, bro. I'm telling you, it does not matter. They can get that shit like this, bro. One warrant to search fucking electronics and properties and all types of. You're done, bro.
Nosebleeds. If I ever looked up blood on the sheets, it was no.
Why is she looking up why is Albert cheating anyway on her fucking phone?
I didn't ever look up anything about an artery or something unless it went from something else.
It's on your phone.
And I never
Look at Albert cheating because that box wet. What the fuck?
The searches that the investigator just named would only be a few of the 34 searches that Letitia made between the 25th and the 28th of January.
Sunset, can he stay home? Why are you asking Google that? Come on. What is the process for our runaway child? School is out.
January, which is the exact time frame that Gannon went missing. Conveniently, she would have an excuse for every single one of them.
The reason I brought up gangs is you looked up, I want immunity because it was gang related. And this sounds like find me a new husband, find me a rich guy who loves to take care of his kids.
The new husband is just because Albert already knew that was about the lady Debbie Sherrill who wanted to find a new husband after 35 or something. He picked me about Amazon.
And like a lot of these can have nothing to do with this.
It doesn't.
I get it. I'm doing all the work for my stepkids and their mom doesn't help.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame.
Oh yes, because I wanted them to be mine. Like
one day, some people
why'd you
will
kill
wish
him?
they treated you differently, which I get that. Parenting should be for
Why does that make
people, not
sense?
one. What a societal person might say.
Like, I feel like, here's my take with shit like that, bro. If you love a child, you love a child regardless of who else is doing for that child. You feel me? If it's your child, obviously you should be doing everything you can for your kid. But if you accept the responsibility to be a stepmother, father, whatever the fuck, I feel like, hey, you know, you gotta be a step fucking father, stepmother, my nigga. You gotta take care of the child because that's what you initially signed up for. I feel like, I don't know.
I wanted to totally have the kids as my children.
That's what you signed up for.
That's
So
the
what,
point you're not
what's
getting. Like,
what the
I
fuck's the
wanted
problem?
those
Hello?
kids to be saying to me that I'm their mom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the person who does it, cares for them, loves them, everything.
If these were not incriminating enough,
So,
investigators
yeah, I was
also
about to say- I was
found
about to
12
say, so,
deleted
okay.
search terms in Letitia's iPhone, all of which pertaining to her wanting to find a new husband and being sick of being with
You
Albert.
just fucking told on yourself in this room, in this small, crammed ass room. What the fuck are they at?
I always click things and read them. No one's
Did somebody swallow it?
You can't even get no good stretch in that bitch. You might hit the fuck.
You will never forgive
the
me
side
and
of
treat
the
me like
wall
a
in that
princess.
bitch.
You'll never know when it's too late.
Oh yeah, I mean, I always search for things when Albert was gone.
What is an Alford plea? Did you figure out what an Alford plea was?
Alford plea?
Yeah.
I think somebody asked me that and I probably searched it.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Do you remember? What did you remember?
I don't remember. I just remember something. Because someone was writing that online. So if anyone wrote something online, I looked it up. Just like the other day, someone wrote something about FBI coming or something, and if I see something online, I always Google.
Bro, but like people that lie like this, like really piss me off, bro. I don't know what it is. It's just like a non-stop. I mean, I guess fuck in her situation, lying is probably the only fucking thing she can do. But it's just like, bro. Damn, can you at least stick to a story? Can we stick to a story, bro?
Suspect undergoes a criminal.
Like, she literally just switched up her fucking story just like that in fucking seconds, literal seconds, bro. Did I mute?
However, there is a legal loophole to avoid this. If a suspect pleads guilty, yet remains adamant that they are innocent, then they are not given a maximum punishment. Instead, they are given a known punishment for a crime. This is known as the Alford plea. But as always, Letitia has a convenient story for a search as incriminating as this and continues deflecting any and all evidence. Because of this cathartic behavior, the detective decides to reroute the conversation elsewhere. A preliminary investigation of the house found blood splotches covering the rear of the truck, Gannon's living space, and even the cut-up carpet.
I've seen the markers from the spray. The spray went from the bed all the way up here. Well, you had to clean it up.
I don't know anything about that.
It comes from aspirated blood.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means that he didn't accidentally do it.
Okay. Whatever.
So that's what we were waiting on for the warrants, because somebody struck Gannon in the bed.
If someone struck Gannon in the bed, thank God we were all drugged then. If that's what you're saying.
I believe you're drugged right fucking now. I don't think you're sober.
That's Gannon's blood on the wall.
Okay, well, I guess, sir, if you think you have all the answers, then
You're making me guess.
I'm not.
You've got the answers.
I'm not making you guess, sir.
It doesn't work like it does on TV. Have you ever watched Criminal Minds or Profilers?
I don't watch any of that stuff because I don't do bad things to people.
You know, good people watch those shows.
But I don't do any of that. I don't do bad things to people.
Right now,
What size fucking shoe does this nigga have on? God damn. Oh my God. Boy, that bitch look like a loaf of bread, bro.
I don't
What
do
the fuck?
bad
Look how it's
things
poking out the top.
to people.
What the
I don't.
fuck?
I don't think you do bad things to people.
I don't do bad things to anyone.
Bro, that's
And I
all
didn't
I'm
do anything
looking
bad
at
to
now
you.
is that fucking shoe,
I think
bro.
something bad happened to
Oh
you.
my
And I don't
god,
know
that's
the
a
way
big
that
ass
you
shoe. I'm
tell me
done. I'm
about
done.
it.
I'm done.
Gannon
I'm done.
returned home on the 27th of January. A doorbell camera had captured audio of neighborhood dogs being sent into a frenzy by what appeared to be Gannon screaming. By 5 p.m. By
Did that
5
sound like a
p.m.,
scream?
3 hours after these screams, Letitia had ordered her daughter, Harley Hunt, to buy cleaning supplies from a nearby Dollar Tree at 5 p.m. These included baking soda, vinegar, trash bags, and carpet powder from a nearby Dollar Tree. The baking soda and carpet powder to absorb the odor of blood and clean minor stains on the carpet. The vinegar was bought to remove deeper stains on walls and act as a disinfectant, and the trash bags to hide Gannon's body. A body that officers had missed by mere inches and had been hidden away in some part of the basement or garage. And every single location that Letitia showed officers, the garage, the carpet, and Gannon's room, were all locations that Gannon had bled in. Not only that, her searches about human anatomy from before indicate that she stabbed Gannon in the artery, which resulted in arterial spray, after which Letitia desperately tried to clean up the evidence of her crimes. This is also the reason she had backed up all the way into her driveway, as the rear end of her vehicle was filled with blood, indicating that it had taken place prior to them returning home. Knowing that the investigator is catching on to this story,
Wait,
her
so
initial
she
attempts
did that
of
before they
feigning
got home?
innocence now turn into desperate attempts to deflect everything that she is told.
Why would I hurt our child? I had everything in the world. Why? I have no motive.
You're lying.
None.
You was just saying you wanted them to call you their
Don't
mother.
have the first motive. Everything I wanted in my life, I had it. Why? Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense a lot of the time what happens inside of a house.
Well, and sir, I don't even know what you're talking about. All I can tell you is I did not hurt him.
Notice that she uses the word motive, which is often terminology that is used by law enforcement when charging a criminal, corroborating the facts that she had done her due diligence about the law in case she got caught, just like her searches about the Alford plea. Regardless, the investigator knows that there is a limit to how much she can refuse cold hard facts, and begins to pressure her even further by promising her that he is
But like
more...
my thing with people that like kill motherfuckers and like, it's like, bro, you didn't fucking do no minor shit, bro. You killed a person. Why do you think they're just about to like, oh, he's missing? Oh, okay. We'll come back another time. They're about to fully investigate your ass. They about to really take their time, days, months, whatever the fuck. Take their time and get to the bottom of where that child was or is or whatever. So I can't understand like the thought process behind, yeah, let me kill somebody. Let's kill my own child and just, I don't know, see what happens. See if I could get away with it. Like, are you dumb? What?
concerned about Gannon's safety rather than her crimes.
I do want to help, and whether you did this or not, it doesn't matter to me. With all the evidence that they have, the reason why it took so long is the district attorney wanted to wait and wait and wait till they made sure they could win in the courtroom.
Okay.
And I've done no body homicides before. They have more on this case than we do on most of them.
Okay, sir. But if you have what you need, why do you keep asking me?
Because our goal is to find Gannon. Our goal is not to prosecute you. That is the district attorney's job. We're investigators. And like you've just seen, I do a poor job about half the time because I have to guess. Because as much as we tried to track you with your cars and your phones and whatever else, there are gaps. We do have, like I told you, the blood in the house. We do have, do you know about the board that was thrown in the forest?
Oh no, I also feel like being able to sit here and pick a person's mind like this is just such a interesting job to have. Like, Imagine just sitting there and just watching a person just completely like fold in a way, I guess. Just, I don't know, just picking their brain. It just seems cool to me. I don't fucking know.
What? I'm sorry, sir. What?
The board that has Gannon's blood on it that was thrown in the forest.
Okay. So all right. So what?
It's got your DNA on it.
Presented with such overwhelming evidence, a suspect would usually crack under the pressure and allow themselves to be arrested. In Letitia's case, however, not only does she keep refuting everything the detective has to say, but even goes as far as accidentally giving him even more incriminating information.
The blood that you or your team allow people to be in the house.
That has no bearing on this.
Okay, well, if it doesn't, then okay.
It doesn't.
Okay, so
Are you ready to tell me the last time you saw Gannon?
maybe check one of them, because...
I bet you they can tell me the last time they saw Gannon, even though it was months before.
Your answer.
I bet Al can tell you the last time he saw Gannon, even though he didn't know that was going to be the last time. I guarantee you he's got an image of Gannon. And you were the last one with him, Letitia.
Okay.
Now, Letitia has just agreed that she was the last person who saw Gannon. Not only this, but throughout this interview, she has also admitted to Gannon's injuries, blood locations, and motives. With all of this information that Letitia herself provided, this was less of an interrogation
Letitia, a dumb
and
fuck
more
up, bro.
of a confession of murder.
Letitia
was a broken individual. She cast aside her husband and 2 children because of 2 major reasons. 1, Albert's job in the National Guard made her resent him and wish she was married to someone better. 2, her extreme inferiority complex towards Gannon's biological mother, Landon Bullard. It was later found that during the candle incident, Gannon had wished for his mom to be present, which sent Letitia into a psychotic break, and she
Makes
attempted
sense.
to mask a murder in the form of an accidental fire. This failed attempt only added fuel to the fire, so the very next day she called in a vacation from work and spent the day brutally murdering Gannon and erasing any traces of her
He
crime.
called off. Remember she said her fucking, what was it? Her grandpa got hit by a fucking car. You gonna wish that on Pops, but instead you're gonna go murder a kid. Wow. Okay, wow.
With these findings, there was no escape
I hope
for
she get the
Letitia.
whole book.
And 8 days after
She don't
this
need to-
interview,
she don't need to be
was
let out,
officially
bro.
arrested for her crimes. And
Stupid,
while being
ugly
transported
bitch.
to a
Like, that
county
shit
jail,
crazy,
out
bro.
of pure frustration and insanity, she turns to the only other option she has, becoming a fugitive.
Wow. Wow.
She keeps threatening me. Stop. Well, she keeps threatening. Stop. Well, she keeps on
Who is she
threatening
fighting?
me. I have stopped it. She keeps on.
She got out of the restraints.
She keeps on. Threatening me. I will for you. She keeps
Put
threatening.
your arm down. Put your arm down.
Well, she keeps threatening me the whole time.
I don't
She
think
keeps.
that
She
fucking
keeps
girl
on.
told you anything, yo.
What? She keeps.
Oh yeah, she
I will for you.
tripping, son.
Tisha?
I will with you. I said I would.
Then give me your arm now.
Well, I said I would with you. I said I would with you. I said I would with you, Miss. I'm just asking to breathe. That's it. Just to breathe. That's all I want to do is breathe. You're hurting my arm.
What are they doing, though?
You're hurting my arm. You're hurting my arm. I just want my arm. It's hurting my arm. Just let my arm up.
It is ironic that Letitia complains about not being able to breathe, about how her arm hurts and how she's uncomfortable. Yet, when she did even worse to poor Gannon, she was filled with nothing but ecstasy and couldn't help but laugh in the face of the officers. Even more tragically, the circumstances that Gannon's body was found in would prove that his death was not instant. It was slow and painful. On March 17th, 2020, 49 days after his murder, a maintenance worker found a suitcase under Escambia Bay Bridge in Pace, Florida,
Rest in peace,
1,300
Gannon,
miles
man.
away from the
That's so
Stouch
fucked
home.
up.
And inside was Gannon's body. Autopsies done on the body showed high levels of acetaminophen and hydrocodone. While these are generally pain medications, hydrocodone was never prescribed to Gannon. It was prescribed to his father, Albert Stouch, who kept the prescription hidden in his
Wait, so
nightstand,
she drugged
the
that
location
kid?
of which only Letitia was aware of. This means he was forcibly drugged to
Wow.
reduce the pain of his injuries, possibly in an attempt to fuel Letitia's sick fantasies. However, this was not the end of it. A gunshot wound in his jaw meant that after Letitia had her fun, she ended his life almost immediately.
Wow.
For nearly 2 months.
Wait, what do you mean her?
Letitia was
Anybody-
well aware of all
anybody
these
get into that?
crimes. When she was finally put to trial, phone calls would be shown in court with Letitia begging Albert to stop cooperating with investigators so she could get immunity.
I need to know something about my son. I need to know something about Gannon. Do you know if he's safe? Do you know?
Rest in
is he
peace, Gannon,
safe?
man.
Where is he
Rest in
at? Do you, I
peace.
mean, do you have anything?
And if I killed Gannon, really?
What about this? I'm trying to think of any way to cue the police to offer you immunity if they can. Okay.
Because they'll try to incriminate me for this. I need immunity.
I think they give it to you because this is big that he was there and they missed it. Because then they're gonna want to cover their shit for not finding him.
Regardless of these desperate attempts, Albert continued to cooperate with authorities to convict Letitia of her crimes. 3 years later, on May 8th, 2023, Letitia's trial concluded, a life sentence in prison without parole plus 156 years, the maximum possible sentence under Colorado law.
I'm glad she got that, but I'm not glad this shit even happened. Like, what? You killed this boy for nothing, bro. That's awful, man. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Please like, subscribe. I'm gonna try to do another one soon. Roll another one out. Full reaction. No cuts, no nothing, you know. Yeah. Thank you.